6:30, so let's go ahead and get the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting underway. For a reminder to please turn off your cell phones or at least silence them. I laugh every time I say that because everybody up here turns theirs off. Roll call, we are missing Commissioner DeMarcus and Commissioner Hernandez. But there are 4 of us present, which constitutes a quorum, so we are able to get this meeting underway. We have no call to the public items, do we? Okay. All right, perfect. Let's just move on to number 4, approval of the minutes from June 1st. If everybody's had a chance to read the minutes, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
A motion
Second.
and a second. Any discussion? And all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None. We'll close the regular meeting and reconvene into a work session. And this work session is updating Title 15 Buildings and Construction of the City of Safford Municipal Code. A request for the Planning and Zoning Commission to hold a work session to discuss the upcoming building code cycle changes for the City of Safford. And Director Imbick, it is all yours.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is a request for the Planning and Zoning Commission to hold a work session to discuss the upcoming building code cycles for the City of Safford. The City Council will hold a public hearing, first and second read on an ordinance amending Title 15 Buildings and Construction of the City of Safford Municipal Code. Building codes are updated regularly by the ICC and other agencies. The currently adopted codes in Title 15 are outdated and due for an update. Staff has worked with local jurisdictions, which you'll see Mr. Kavanaugh here from the county, to make the updates to the same code cycle so that it's easier for local contractors to build in all the jurisdictions without drastic code differences. Public meetings have been held with local contractors to receive comments and input. The City of Safford has contracted Shums Coda and Associates, and Barbara Rice is here from their organization to answer any technical questions, to review our current codes and to suggest amendments and updates. By updating the code cycles and working with other local jurisdictions, the city will be aligned with national best practices and valley-wide regulations. Staff requests that the Planning and Zoning Commission hold a work session to offer another opportunity for community input before the ordinance proceeds to the City Council. Your attachments are Title 15 Buildings and Construction and recommended amendments. And you also have a paper copy of that so that you can see the blue and red track changes so that you can compare the documents. With that, I will stand for questions, and Ms. Rice is here as well. No one from the public has attended, so if the commissioners have any questions, it's a great time to get the technical input if you would like. Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I also would like to state that the town of Thatcher would be here, but they have a council meeting at 6 p.m. So,
You couldn't change it?
so they would be participating as well as Graham County and Pima, but they do have a council meeting tonight.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Go for it.
Is there anything that you feel like is a problem with this for our city to implement?
Yes, Chair and Commissioner Hancock, at our meeting on March 25th, when the contractors did attend, they seemed to be concerned about the whole home arc fault, yes, connections. And the City of Safford just requires them in the bedroom, and we will continue to do that. So arc fault protectors, that's what they are. And so Barbara has amended those out because the cost is significant and it's not a life safety issue except mostly in the bedroom. So on the 25th, the contractors reviewed all of the possible updates. Barbara met with all of us, and That was really the big contingency on that electrical code. We also, Barbara, if you'll correct me if I'm wrong, are not adopting the updated energy code. That was another issue they had.
We have amended out certain sections of the chapter in the IRC dealing with energy code changes, so we amended several of those out. We are not adopting the commercial or residential, the commercial energy code. And we did meet with, again, there was some concerns about some of the energy code requirements in the residential code that we have amended out or altered to meet the concerns of the home builders contract, the home contractors that came in on March.
Question.
Yep.
What was their concern? Was it expense or?
Yes, yes. Bottom line is their concerns for most of all the changes within the residential code were expenses. An example would be the energy, part of the energy saving portion of the residential code required timers on lights as well as bathroom fans to shut them off. Now, from a life safety concern, bathroom fans can go bad, but usually there's warning on those. So most of the concerns had to do with the cost that would be pretty significant to add on to the cost of home building. But the life safety provisions in all the codes remain, and none of those were amended out.
Thank you.
I have a question. Was that strictly for single-family homes or also multifamily?
No, it is just for single-family homes.
Single
Yeah,
family,
anything in
okay.
the IRC is mostly where we found we had the commercial concerns, not in the IBC, so not in the multifamily spaces.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Comment. I think it's good that, you said Thatcher was considering being here in Graham County and so that the building projects don't become a competitive situation where they say, well, hey, I'm going to go to Thatcher because I don't have to do this, this, and this. And I'm going to do it in Graham County, so we'll go outside the Safford city limits up here or up that way or down to Fort Thomas. I just think that if we can all pretty much be on the same page, it would be more beneficial for everybody. And, I think we all hear that, Pima's great and Thatcher's great. Now Safford's kind of coming back. And, I've heard all those stories. But I just think that I do think it's important that we look at what we're doing and see that we're not requiring a lot more than some of the other communities that's going to be more expensive. That's just my thought.
In return, comment to that is, I think the communities are going to start working together, and I feel that we've got the people that can make it work. And with the water and electric and some of the concerns out there, I think we're all going to have to work together to make Graham County work. So yeah, I think that's going to happen. And I understand the safety part of it and that kind of stuff. And I also understand that some of these places have already talking about shutting down because of lack of water. And so yeah, I think we're going to be working together. So this may be good for all of us.
Yes, Chair and Commissioner Ragland, this is one effort that we're working on. We also met after the contractors had a chance to look at this in May, and as long as we're working off life safety code and those amendments, they don't seem to have an issue with it. And it's easier for them because they can use one code book for each jurisdiction. They don't have to remember which code cycle we're on, which ones the county's on, because they were different. So this should help us all get on the same page. There may be some different amendments, keep that in mind, but we'll be on the same code cycle year. And the city of Safford does have a few different regulations than the county, like sidewalks and things like that, but those differences will always exist. So we are working together as partners. There will be some small differences, but this at least gets us as a group in the same code cycle.
Do you anticipate, with everybody being on the same book year, that it would speed up some of the processes of approvals of such things? Because people don't have to go, oh, that wasn't this jurisdiction, it was that jurisdiction.
It probably not, because if you turn in a building permit for a single-family residence right now, you'll get it in 2 days here in Safford. So Jaime Holguin, our senior inspector, just came in, and one of the things that he brought up was the staples versus the nailing in shear walls. And so other jurisdictions would allow staples. Jaime would go, they would have staples, they'd have to swap it out for nails. So it'll solve inspection issues, not really, we don't have permitted time issues. We're very fast.
Thank you. Mr. Kavanaugh, would you like to speak on? Could you go up to the microphone, please, so we can get you on record? Thanks.
Mark Kavanaugh, Graham County Building Inspector. So yeah, just like Ms. Embeck was saying about the staples and nails issues that we always come across. We're in the 2003 code book, and I really don't want to say that out loud. Don't laugh, Ms. Rice. So we always get this response. But yeah, so we're on the 2003 code cycle. We still allow staples on shear walls instead of nails. But what this will do with the county, the town of Thatcher, the town of People, and the city of Safford, it's going to bring unity as far as when we're inspecting. We don't require arc fault outlets or breakers in the bedrooms right now, but we will. Our whole thing is to be seamless. I mean, whatever we're amending here, for this to work, it has to be unified. I mean, that's where the county stands, because I can make that decision as far as for the county right now. We want to be unified with the city of Safford, and I believe the town of Thatcher and the town of Pima also do. Whether they have the same amendments, there may be some things, but I could also speak as an electrician too. I'm sorry, adding arc fault AFCI outlets in the living room is going to be an additional cost of $90. It's not a big deal, but it's fine. If we don't want them in the living room, it's not a big deal, but as long as everybody's going in the same direction, I think that's the goal that we're trying to accomplish here. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're moving up too.
Yes, and Chair Patterson, a comment on that. The leap will be larger for entities such as the county. Safford is changing from 2015 to 2024, so there will be quite a leap for the other jurisdictions. Ours is large, but it's not quite as large. So there will be variations, but the bulk, 90% of the information will be the same.
Is this the time that I nominate Cindy?
Yes.
Nominated.
Mhm.
Glad you're here.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. I'm sorry. Just had to get that
Long
one in.
trip from Morenci.
Amendment's going to be available online so that they'll be able to get online and see what the Safford amendments are to the IBC.
Yes, sir. They will be online, and they were emailed out to the contractors that attended our meetings. And I know that our inspectors, and I believe the county and Thatcher, anytime they go on a job site, they are telling them, hey, keep an eye out. We're updating to this code cycle.
How long of a process is that once it gets through this cycle of meetings?
We will be done in July, and then Ms. Rice, when's the next code cycle update? How often do they do this to us?
The model codes are updated every 3 years, but most jurisdictions do not update every 3 years. Usually they wait and update every 6 years. So 2 code cycles.
Thank you.
So we'll be done with this one in July, and then we'll be hopefully good for 6 years. And then do this process again, and hopefully countywide again. It also helps us all on our ISO ratings.
Mr. Holguin, do you have anything else to add? If you would like to approach the podium.
I really don't, other than, like what Mark was saying, he wants, for all of the jurisdictions locally, to be cohesive. So, we're all looking for the same thing, and, there's not, because the contractors, they do their best, but, they're not well-versed in code. So if they know they can do something here, they don't know that they can't do it elsewhere.
Right.
That kind of thing. So this way it just brings uniformity and everybody's, on the same page.
Well, and I feel like just timing wise, like Mr. Kavanaugh was saying, it's going to be, and you were saying, it's a big jump for the county to go from where they're at to the current, and everybody might as well be on the same page when we do that. I mean, because if not, you're playing catch up the rest of the time. Feels like to me.
Yeah, and the ISO kind of pushes you to go to a newer code cycle. So we've actually gone 3 now, right? Because it's 18, 21, 24. So actually this is 9 years for us. Which, I mean, I get it. It's about life and building safety. But like I was talking to the gentleman from ISO, most of the homes here, my house was built in 1949. So the majority of the homes aren't built under the code that you adopt.
Right.
The current adopted code, they've been in existence for a long time, and there doesn't say there's anything wrong with them. As long as it's and commercial buildings too, as long as they're being used, as long as they're occupied, there's nothing wrong with them.
Right.
You know,
And the new code's only coming into effect with is this only new build code, or is this remodel code as well that we're upgrading to?
Yeah,
There's the existing building code as well.
Right.
It's in here.
well, there's parameters for when you do. We have the existing building code adopted now. I thought we had it adopted before, and I guess we didn't. It was, yeah, we kind of did. We were using it, but
We were using it, right? So,
Yeah.
but officially adopted,
Right.
we didn't have it. But there's certain criteria too. I mean, just because somebody does a small renovation to their home doesn't mean they have to, like my home, 1949. If I do a small renovation to it, doesn't mean that I have to bring everything up to code.
right.
You're basically saying that a lot of it is, for lack of a better way to explain it, is grandfathered in.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if
Have
they're
an older home, and it's functioning, and working well. And
yeah, if they're legally,
want to build one next door
yes,
for your kids,
yes,
it's going to follow
that's
the
a new
guidelines.
build. Yes, that would have to meet the currently adopted code. And like I said, it's all for life and building safety. I mean, I do understand all that. And people back in the day, I mean, they done stuff to the best of their ability. I mean, I've run into old buildings where they didn't have pre-engineered trusses, but my house doesn't have them, and it's still standing. So they knew what they were doing, with what they had at the time. So
Yes.
As I read through this, I'm thinking, you guys are going to have your hands full. Seems like a lot of work keeping it all, everybody doing what needs to be done. And then I'm hoping that we as a county can do it together here. I would hope that we're all using water efficient facilities and type stuff, so that we can have water and have the community grow. I remember years ago, and I don't think we went to it, but the city talked about working with the county and having like a 1 or 2 mile line from where the city line ended. And if you built anything out into the county from there, then you had to meet city code, because sooner or later, it'd probably get annexed by the city. I don't think we went to that, but yeah, I'm feeling for you guys, and I think you're gonna be pretty busy getting all this stuff taken care of.
It's a learning curve, you know, I mean, and
Yeah,
sometimes you go, wow, why do we gotta do this? We didn't have to do it before, and this happened to us the last time when we adopted the 2015 code.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you didn't have to have a GFCI for the laundry room before, and I'm like, well, it's required now, you know, so. But that, people, you know, they get on board. For the most part, most of them wanna do it right. They bellyache a little bit, but they come along for the ride later.
okay.
Well, thank you.
Gentle persuasion.
That's a
Thank
good term. Any more comments from the commission? No? All right, any more comments from you, Ms. Simbic?
No, sir. Thank you, everyone, for coming this evening, and especially Barbara all the way from Tucson. So I appreciate the input. And hopefully there are a lot of people watching online so that if they have any questions, they can give us a call.
Well, and I think the general concession up here is, it's the right, we're headed in the right direction. I mean, I think that's, I mean, to me, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. It's crazy that it's the year 2026 and we're not all on the same page by now. So hopefully we're on the same page soon and in the right direction. So if we don't have any more comments or questions, let's close the work session and reconvene into a regular meeting. Number 8 is project updates and announcements. Ms. Simbic, do you have any?
Yes, we will have our one commissioner appointed in July. Pardon me. And we're moving forward with the general plan that's going to council. So moving right along.
And number 9, our next scheduled meeting.
We don't have any business for July, so more than likely August.
All right. And everyone's favorite item, number 10, adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
There's a motion and a second, and all in favor. And I don't think we needed to do that, but we are adjourned.
All right.